Teeaboo. What the? What the fuck? What the fuck is this? You lied! You liar! You said you were dropping Goblin Slayer. Why the fuck do I have a video in my subscription feed that says that you're watching Goblin Slayer? You goddamn liar! How dare you? Well, I'm a human being, and I can change my mind. I'm still considering Goblin Slayer dropped. I'm still not considering it a part of my schedule. But I woke up this morning, and I thought about it, and I decided I wanted to watch the next episode of Goblin Slayer. I don't know why. Maybe they just integrate heroin into this show somehow. But I want to see the next episode. Something about this show, as ambivalent as I feel toward it, and I feel utterly ambivalent toward this show. It doesn't really do much for me. It's there. That's okay. I don't really feel like I have a lot to add to it. I don't feel like my analysis goes very far on this show. But something about it makes me want to watch the next episode. Something about it makes me want to give it just a smidgen of another chance. I've thought about this quite a bit, and I think it's a combination of things. One is, there's a little bit of nostalgia here. The sort of old-style-y fantasy RPG. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. There are a million better examples of it. There are better stories, better animes that fill the same niche and fulfill the same fantasies. But it's still kind of nice. There's another angle, which is that I'm intrigued. I'm genuinely intrigued by this show. And I've talked about this at length, especially in, I think in the episode 3 video. And I talked about it a bit during the I dropped Goblin Slayer video. But I'm intrigued by the show because it is an example of... how do I put this? Like, I don't care about offending you. I don't give a shit. I don't care if it comes across as me bashing something that you love. I'm not trying to, but I don't give a shit. The show is mechanical. It's an automaton. It's going through the motions of creating a story in order to sell lots and lots and lots of shit and make lots and lots and lots of money. And it's quite good at it. It's a very good example of a mechanical series. And I've gone and I read the first, about the first half of the first light novel. Just through what content I had seen. And it's the same. It's the same. Those of you who've told me that there's tons more detail and stuff in the light novel, yeah, you're right. There's a ton more detail, but it's the same. It's not a work of love, as far as I can tell. It's got some bits to it. It's got some pieces of love to it. It's clear that the author cares about D&D and cares about fantasy worlds. But this in and of itself is a product, and it is a gleaming, shiny packaging product. It is obvious to me, to my mind, with the time that I've spent in film classes and just the shit that I've seen. This is a clear and obvious product. And all anime, I'll say it again, all anime is a product. Period. But there are shows and there are studios and groups of creators who produce things that go beyond being just a product. Far beyond. That are truly, truly works of art done for their own sake. Because they love it. They're works of love. Trigger is a studio that produces works of love. Kill la Kill, for example. Kill la Kill is a work of love. The time and effort that's put into it is because it is loved by their staff. Madhouse produces some works of love. They do. KyoAni produces some TV anime that are works of love. Goblin Slayer, as a show, has zero love in it. As the light novel, it's got a little bit. Just a little bit of love and respect in it. But as a show, it is mechanical. It is utterly hollow. And any sign of love or care that's in it is because it's in the source material. And it just shines through in the adaptation. But it's hollow. It's a show without authorial intent. If you want more detail on that, go look up auteur theory. You can agree or disagree with it. I don't necessarily agree with auteur theory, but there are series that have significant authorial intent. One of those is Evangelion. Evangelion is Hideaki Anno's baby. His story through and through. The story that he was desperate to tell. And it takes its inspiration from shows that he loved and is a huge fan of when he was a child and an adolescent. And so he created a story that takes elements from them and deconstructs them and tells their story in a different way. That is a work of love, and it is a work that is brimming, just absolutely brimming with intent. Goblin Slayer, as an anime, has no authorial intent. It is empty of that. It is empty of character, really. It is a generic fantasy world that is just about as generic as it could be. All of it is stuff that has been seen before and written before and copy-pasted. I mean, is there anything unique in this world? No, absolutely not. It is a campaign straight out of D&D with hard influences from Lord of the Rings, because everything has Tolkien influences. It uses standardized races who act in standardized ways and fall into standardized class structures. There's nothing novel to this thing. Nothing at all. And that, in a strange way, makes it interesting. And I came to this conclusion watching an interesting series on YouTube, which I highly recommend that you check out. It's called The Asterisk War Sucks. It's a 13, I was about to say 12, but it's 13 because there's a 12A and a 12B part to it. It's a 13-part series by Digibro. If you don't know who Digibro is, he is Otaku Gonzu Journalism, and he is the human content machine. The man is a machine. He's a monster when it comes to putting out extraordinarily well-written, analytical anime content. He's a beast. You can disagree with anything he says. That's fine. He's not always right about everything. He's human, and he's got opinions, and he's biased, and he freely admits it. But his series, The Asterisk War Sucks, is quite possibly the greatest work of anime criticism in existence. Bar none. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to call it that. I'm going to call it the greatest work of anime criticism in existence, bar none. Because there is nothing that comes anywhere near that series in terms of the depth of tearing an A1 Pictures show a new asshole that Digi goes to. It's just extraordinary. And something happened when I was watching it. I envied Digibro for being able to tear apart a series that is so hollow and empty, and to be able to elucidate in such clear terms precisely what it is about that kind of show and about A1 Pictures shows in general, but specifically about the Asterisk War, and use it as a lens to talk about what he thinks is wrong with the anime industry in general. I envied his ability to do that. And in that little moment of being green with envy, I realized that something that I love hating is sitting right in front of me. And again, I don't hate Goblin Slayer, but it is indicative of certain things that I hate about the anime industry. And so I thought, man, what a shame it would be to let the opportunity to watch and analyze and talk about a show that sort of casts a shadow and not casts a shadow on it. It more shines a light on certain things in the anime industry that I feel deeply, but I don't know quite how to elaborate in such clear and concise language as Digibro did in his series. So I thought to myself, man, what a shame it would be to let that slip by. And what a wonderful piece it could be if, and what a wonderful thing it could be for me as a content creator, and for me as a person and an anime watcher, and a person who loves to talk about, criticize, and analyze this stuff. What a shame it would be, and what a wonderful thing it could be if I managed to get a glimpse of the underlying workings of the industry through the lens of Goblin Slayer. And so, I am still considering Goblin Slayer dropped as an anime that I am watching for itself. But I am going to continue watching it, and I'm going to continue reacting to it, and I'm going to continue releasing those reactions. The intent, my authorial intent, has changed. My reactions won't change very much. I'm still going to watch the show as I watch it, but I am doing so with the intention of one day, when this season is over or when the show finishes as a whole, of one day using my previous reactions as the basis for a much, much, much more in-depth and serious commentary and criticism on this show. And I mean a scripted video or series of videos in which I talk about what is right and wrong with Goblin Slayer. Because that's part of what's so interesting, is that this show is so perfect for its purpose, but it's also so flawed as a piece of art. And I want to be able to get to the root of that. And I'm not going to get the opportunity to do so unless I continue watching it. So, I will continue watching Goblin Slayer. As I say, it is no longer going to be on my schedule. It will be released every Saturday when I watch it. But I'm not going to consider it a show that I'm necessarily reacting to. Instead, I'm going to consider it a show that I'm looking at sidelong out of the corner of my eye, keeping tabs on, watching what it's doing, and trying to figure out why. Why? Why is it the way that it is? Why are the decisions that construct Goblin Slayer, that form its foundation, made the way that they are? What was the studio thinking? What were they trying to accomplish? What did they manage to accomplish? What did they fail to accomplish? I'm going to be looking at it through an analytical, jaded lens, as a trite fantasy story, which is what it is. Sorry if you love it, but I'm not sorry. It is a trite fantasy story that has been told many times, with characters that could be copy-pasted out of any other series. Goblin Slayer himself is one of those, by the way. Even the shreds of depth that we've gotten for him are nothing new. He's a dark, war-obsessed character on a vengeance plot with some PTSD. Okay. It's It's nothing. It's nothing. There are a lot of characters like that. Dark, brooding, mysterious character haunted by his past with a need for vengeance against a non-human enemy. I mean, it's guts with a smaller sword and less characterization. Priestess girl is literally nothing. There is no character to her at all. Nada. She's just, I'm a stupid girl. I follow Goblin Slayer. I want to keep following Goblin Slayer. No, Goblin Slayer, you're gonna let me follow you. And if you think that what I said in the last episode about, oh, that's good, she actually made a choice, is contradictory to that, it's not. It's not. She still has zero depth as a character. Still has nothing. Just, I want to be an adventurer. So dumb. The dwarf elf thing. Cookie cutter. Cookie cutter. It's fucking Gimli. Arwen. Ding! But worse, they're barely carbon copies of those characters. Not even close. Lizard guy is, I am a stoic priest character. Lizard. All of this will piss some of you off, and I don't give a shit. It's fine. It's fine by me. But I'm gonna keep watching this show because it intrigues me. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I hate things about it. And I kind of like things about it. But I am never going to suspend my disbelief. And I am never going to go into an episode of Goblin Slayer anything but cynical. So if you're looking for a gung-ho, whoa, reaction to Goblin Slayer, you can find them. You can find a whole lot of them. And I'm sure you'll enjoy those more than what I end up doing. So go ahead. That's fine. It's more than fine. Go help the other reactors. I'm gonna do what I'm going to do to this show. And you're gonna love it or hate it. But you don't have to watch it. Just as I don't have to watch Goblin Slayer. But for some reason I want to. And maybe you want to watch me watch it. We'll see. In any case, that's enough of that. Goblin Slayer. What are we on? Episode 5? Episode 5, Adventures in Daily Life. We'll start shortly. It'll be a beep beep timer. It'll go boop 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 beep. On the beep and the green light is when Crunchyroll begins to play. I'm gonna get my notes out. So last time on Goblin Slayer, we fought some goblins and also a not goblin who was big and scary, and some people got hurt, and then use of a scroll to shoot high pressure water at him, which was inventive, I suppose. It was pretty good. Yeah. One of you mentioned that there was a line from the priestess that she was glad that he got injured or something like that, or that they were there to help, because otherwise he would just go and keep killing all the goblins no matter what, no matter how injured he got, which would be cool. That would be some interesting depth. We didn't get it. It's unfortunate. So this is called Adventures in Daily Life. I surmised in the last episode that this has to do with the last lines the elf said to the priestess girl, how she would take her on a real adventure that's full of fun and interest and yay! I am assuming that we're going to get 2 storylines in this episode, one of them being following the elf girl and the priestess girl to go do some kind of fun adventure, which will be fun for a while and then not turn fun. Or then turn not fun, because goblins probably. And I think we'll also end up following Goblin Slayer and perhaps the lizard guy and dwarf as they do daily life things in town. That's my guess. Let's see if they surprise me. Goblin Slayer episode 5. We'll begin soon. Countdown goes here. Bam. Hint of crush. Hi, Boobs-chan. Yes, it does. Oh yeah, the OP's good. Ah, so we're continuing to follow these two. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, that's a problem. Bugs! Oh, they just want the... Ah, he's gonna need a new sword. So how will they play into the story? Goblin Slayer. That's cute. Oh, shit. No. Uh... God, I hate her. Her voice choice. Rough, standard. Okay. CG. 2D. 2D. Cool. He was just there to kill goblins. Okay. He doesn't care about rats. Yeah, he does not care. But I have... Observer? Later. But please. Yeah. Yes. I have goblins to think about killing. Oh, that's a bad idea. How do you not know where you were? For good. They die when they are killed. Yeah, shut up, bitch. Goblin Slayer is not gonna take any of this shit. Yeah. Yeah, but you're a piece of shit, so. Really? Oh. Yeah. Just like, probably not your best move, buddy. That was pretty good. Ruh-roh. Cockroaches. Where's the club? Oh. Use fire. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now beat the shit out of it with the club that you don't have. $17.50-ish. Consistency. Hmm. Okay. CG. Yep, Super Crush. We're actually bringing up that scale. Okay. It's truly D&D. Hmm. Blind with the scales. So, justice. Hmm. Obviously. A little bit. Set up for next episode. Special quest. Oh, it's from the Sword Maiden. Dice roll. I don't give a fuck about this ED. I'm skipping it. I want to see if there's an after scene. Nope. Okay. Neato. Yeah, that's right. There is something that I want to look at. It's around 17. Maybe mute. No. No. A bit further than that. Okay. So, Hammer Space. She has her weapon on her belt. Yes? Her not sword thing that she uses to call miracles. Okay. There is, there it is. Okay. It's on his back. Never mind, that's fine then. It's on his back, strapped to his back. He doesn't have his shield, though. So it's strapped to his back, and he's just running. Yep, it's there. Okay, okay, okay. That's fine then. Yeah, his shield is nowhere to be seen, though. Where's your shield, buddy? Where is it? Oh. Here we go. We've got a shot of him standing there, and his shield is on his arm. Okay, was his shield on his arm? It's not there. It's not on his back. It's not on his arm. It's not in front of him. Where is it? Where is it? Now it's there. Not there? Bugs. It's there. Not there? There. Where'd it go? Went to fucking Hammer Space, that's where. They also never show him put his club away or take it off of his back, which is fine. At least they showed it on his back, which I did not see before. Gives the appearance that he's able to just make things disappear, which is bullshit. Anyway, that was all I wanted to see. Let me see. So, we're following these two newbie characters. Fine. We got a hint of the crush that the guild girl has on Goblin Slayer, which is cool. Got a gruff standard blacksmith, like bog standard copy and paste blacksmith. We have a lie sensor. That was a kind of a cool thing. Betraying trust actually matters in this world. That's kind of cool. The scene of the Rhea realizing that he probably shouldn't attack at that moment and sort of seeing the future is a classic-y tropey thing for an intimidating character, and I quite like it when it's done well, and I thought it was done pretty well. Pretty good. Yep, definitely a crush. We got some setup for the Sword Maiden. She is blind with scales. or if not blind, then just has her eyes covered, which is the classic image of blind justice. Where's that originally from? The Blind Justice. It's a statue, right? Justitia. Or Justitia. Yeah. Goddess of Justice. Not a very old Roman deity. And frequently used in courts. But that's her setup, with the sword and the scales and the thing over her eyes. And a toga. Neat. So that's pretty nice. And it's a setup for the next episode. It's a special type of quest, and it is implied that it is a quest on the whim of the gods. Cool. Alright. Well, I've been Teeaboo, this has been Goblin Slayer episode 5. It's been alright. I hope you've enjoyed it more than I have, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace!